Hello, my beautiful creative friends. How are you today? I'm really happy to be here. And I know I haven't been here now a little while, but I just thought I'd get on. I wanted to do this last week, but I just got distracted with lots of different things. And I feel one of the things that we have the most, especially for us crafters, is paper. I started scrapbooking, and my whole journey started with scrapbooking. So I owned a lot of paper, which since then I've given away. I find scrapbook paper to be very good quality and very thick. So most of it has been has been used to either scrapbook, which I don't do anymore, or for card making. But I still leave like little pieces of scraps from I have from many different backgrounds that I do that I don't always like create a card or create an art journal, and I just use a background and I'm like, oh, okay, and it just sits. I don't know if you see the picture in the actual video, and not in the video, in the thumbnail, you can see a huge stack of like papers. That was my stack until I decided to follow my friend Tiffany's advice and go and actually organize. I'll show you all my like beautiful backgrounds. I call them scraps, but they're not really only scraps. They're more like background. And I ended up like kind of categorizing them into envelopes so you can't see anything that I'm showing you. Hold on. So I ended up categorizing them into like envelopes. I started doing by color. So for example, this is like the purples and this is blues. So any background, whether it was thick or thin, there's the black style. I also have like green, and I also have like a multicolor thing. So for example, the first one that you see there, it's very thick. It's done on watercolor paper. So that would be more uh, feasible to use with a card background. Very hard. It's harder to glue thicker paper into your art journal, but it's doable. It's still doable, and it gives a lot of really good texture. So what I thought today is I'm going to be creating an art journal. This is very simple, very easy. I'm going to create it from scratch. I have not made a sample. So everything you see here is basically how I do my creative process step by step. What I do. This is very simple to do, more like collaging involved in it. And I will give you lots of suggestions of what you can, if you don't have the same products that I have, you can just like substitute for other products. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I am promoting a free event of art journaling and creativity. It's called the Art and Junk Journal uh, um, retreat. Sorry, I forgot the word. And I posted that both underneath in the description, the link to that, and also it's pinned at the top of the chat. So if you want to participate, you can just go ahead and press the link and sign up for the free event. It's starting actually this upcoming Monday. My project goes live this upcoming Monday, and I will show you my project for that as well. And it's a little bit different what I'm doing from what I'm doing today, because I really wanted to focus on two different things, and it's really important that I show you both. Sorry, I'm turning around because I thought I already switched the camera, but let me switch the camera first so I can show you. Um, so one of the things that I love is having lots of different types of art journal sizes. And for here, I have this little one that if you attended my last live, I did this project here. Then there is a little bit 5x8. This is a 5x5, and this is a 5x8. And I have lots of like different styles of art journaling and things. So I was debating whether or not to use the medium size or the smaller size. I will decide depending on what I do. And then this is the project, as you can see, that I'm going to be doing at the um, retreat. It is actually an introduction to art journaling through intuition. So I know I don't know if you've been to some of my lives. I talk a lot about the intuitive part of art journaling, how we can use our intuition to help our well-being, to do stuff that kind of comes from within us, from our subconscious, that is not specifically based on technique. It's not specifically based on like being stressed and perfecting everything, but doing something that you love. And this was really cool. This was done with tea bags and also papers, and a lot of like color and design. But things what that came up in it is like these hidden images that sometimes appear or you're out of your subconscious. So if you want to join this free event, there is sorry, there is over 15 classes that you can take. They're all free and it starting this upcoming Monday. So just wanted to let you know the link is in the description or above, pinned above. And if you want to keep these classes, like if to work at your own pace, you can also get the early bird special. And that just once you register for the free event, it will give you an option to register and upgrade for the artisan pass, and then you can keep all the projects. There's a lot of really interesting projects, and there's a lot of bonuses. There's an extra class bonus from me and many other things that, I mean, it'll be crazy. You'll have a lot to do, and it's not expensive, so it's really really good to like learn, and I guide you through this one step by step. There's also one, I think, on mindfulness that my friend Pam is doing. There is junk journaling. If if you have a lot of paper scraps and you don't know what to do with it, they'll teach you how to do that. So it's worth showing up for that. But anyways, that's to do with that. Now, when I'm working with my art journal, one of the things that I like doing is first I have to choose which art journal I want to work with, and I think I will go with a small one just because it's a little bit more doable. I mean, this one is not much bigger, but I think I'm going to go with a bit smaller one. And one of the things I like doing is kind of thinking of what I'm in the mood, what color I'm in the mood today. And that's basically some of the things that I like doing. I like kind of thinking, I'm like, oh, what colors should I work with? What looks good? And so now that I've categorized everything into colors, I can easily go and kind of look through. So I don't really want like a multicolor thing. I want to kind of leave it a little bit monochromatic, maybe use 2 or 3 colors. So definitely I don't want the colorful scraps. I'm going to put them on the side. This is also colorful, so not that one. So let's see what else I have. Do I want, oh, I don't even know what color this is because it's kind of hidden behind. Oh, this looks like it's like a golden. Oh, no, I think it's also different colors. Oh, no, these are extras. So no, never mind. So that one is not. Okay, so now, do I want to work with green? Not sure. Do I want like an orange kind of color? So this is how I literally go through it. Yellows? No, not even the wood. Ooh, I like gold. So maybe this is a yes for this. So these I'm not going to keep. There's all these like golden hues with this one. So I like that. This is reds. No, I don't feel like going red. Not feel like going black, although it would really look good with accents and stuff like that. I love blue, but I'm not even in the mood of blue so much today. That's one of my favorite, like to go with. I don't know why this gold is calling me, and I originally wanted to go with like purplish, but I don't even know. I have some gold here too. I'll put on the side just in case. But I really feel like these golden colors would look really good. So you see, I have little scraps. These are some of these are made on rice paper, so they're pretty thin to collage, which I love. This is one of my stencils that I sell on Joggles, but some of them are just lines, different things. This is another stencil. This is an actual thicker paper, so this is a light cardstock. There's this with blue, but still has lots of gold. There is this one. This is really pretty. Oh, maybe I would go with that. And there is like the darker ones as well. So we can play around with things, and you can use you can use it in many different ways. And I really like this circular thing. I don't know. I think I printed it and I'm mono printed, and this is a thicker cardstock. I think I was just testing something, but let's see. I'm gonna cut this because I don't know. I love circular things. So why not? It might not be, this might be like just a focal point. So maybe I will not use it first. I'll collage something before that. But I like the combination that this one had. And you could also use like magazine papers and things like that are really, how do you call this? Magazine papers that are thin enough. Today I'm not going to be using magazines, but you can easily use it. I've used it in many different designs, and I really like doing that. So, Okay, so I'm thinking that I want something like this. So like to be here, but I don't know yet. So you see, this is if I design the product in the project in advance, right? So I feel like then I know what I'm doing, but then you cannot see my process, right? So that's why I like doing it where you can't really, you don't really know, or I don't really know what I'm going to be doing, and I'm just creating that way. I really like these lines, so I'm going to kind of use this in it. And I might change my mind many different, many different times, okay? Because just because I want to do something doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen, and or that's what it looks good, or like maybe I'll reach a point where I'm like, oh wait, I don't like the way this looks, and I'm just going to change that. You know what I mean? So it does happen that I end up changing something. So here you see, I might want this one on this side and kind of this one going over here. Not sure why, but I just like it. I like kind of creating balance between two sides. So sometimes I just go for it, even if it will not be perfect. We don't know what will be, and that's okay with me. Okay, so that's like kind of something that I like doing. I like taking chances because I feel that's the way that we learn is by taking chances and experimenting. Because if we just go and just try to follow somebody else's thing without actually trying our own things as well, then we're learning, but we're not fully learning. So once you learn a technique, so let's say you're watching today and you want to recreate what I'm doing, okay, you can make lines on a paper and use it as a background, okay, and that's good. But then I want you to say, okay, well, what would happen if I actually glued circular patterns onto it? I want you to like go out of the box and continue to experiment and not just stay within what is happening on mine or any of the classes that you watch. And it's really important because experimenting is the number one way for you to learn. Okay, so I think I want this one here, like I said, or do I want it? Maybe I will do another one. I want the long one to go in this direction. And as you noticed, I glued this and then I sealed it with some gel medium. Sorry, to specify, I'm using matte medium from Liquitex. This is my favorite one. But if you have things like Mod Podge, soft gel medium, or anything like that, that by all means use that. You don't have to buy what I have. I just like you. That is my favorite one for, especially for papers, because it's so thin and nice. Okay, so I think I want it like this, and let's, okay, there we go. And let me just cut it a bit shorter. So all these scraps I'm gonna put back in there so I can use next time. There we go. So yeah, this looks good. Why not? And honestly, like sometimes I don't know. I just know that the balancing of two sides looks good. So it's pleasing to the eye. It makes me feel good. So that's why I go for it. And that's something, as I said, that I want you to try and experiment and kind of play around with. It's really important. And when you're putting any paper, just make sure you seal it really well. Today's journal is all about the techniques. It's specifically about learning techniques. I'm not, although I'm always creating intuitively, I'm not focusing on that today. That is more a focus for my for the art journal retreat that I announced at the beginning. And I highly recommend you trying it out, even if it's for free or if you want to learn more and actually upgrade, then go ahead and do that. It's literally, it's really, there's so much that you can do and so much you can learn from it. Now, I still like this, so I am going to somehow put it here, but I'm going to cut it in half because, again, I really find it helpful to create balance in my art journals. So whether I want to like go like this, okay, that could work, or I would want to like, go like this. I have to like think what I want to do. Maybe, oh, I could have put it also in the middle. No. So this is how I kind of like play around with things. This is sticking out a little bit, so I will just cut it after. But I think I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I like it over here. So this one is a little bit of a thicker paper. So I'm going to try to put a little bit more of the gel medium. And you could cut something circular. You can like take like a little circular shape and cut square paper into a circle. I meant to say circular shape. Yeah. So that works as well. And I'm going to also seal it. So what I want to encourage you is to just kind of use anything you have, any papers you have, any scraps that you have. So for example, you could go with a smaller scrap and add even more texture here. Like I could go with something else. I mean, let me just see. I might choose something. We'll see. I don't want to add too much. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much texture. But it is about creating things. And now, as always at the beginning of creativity, things look like kind of weird, and I don't want to call it iffy, but like, kind of like you're not sure what's happening, because when you're building layers with mixed media, this is what happens. You end up kind of like testing things and seeing where the art journal takes you, if that makes sense. Now, because this is a thicker paper, and it takes longer for it to kind of seal. I need to sometimes to put something a bit heavier. So the heavier the paper, so if you're going to use something like an art, a watercolor background to glue, just make sure that you either add a thicker gel medium or you just wait a little bit until it all glues together. And yeah, like that. And you see, now I want this to kind of reach here. So I could cut a little piece from this one, and let's see, I could cut a little piece from this one and just add it. So you could collage things if you want to onto the background. No, I don't know if I want it so thick. Maybe it will not reach. Hold on, let's see. You can add this here. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I don't know. I know I don't like it. I take it off. Changed my mind. Okay, so that's good. So, okay, so first step is done, which is just collaging a couple papers that I liked. Again, don't overwhelm yourself. Hold on, my page got stuck. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many pages. Just like, do like a couple colors, and because we're going to add more to this, we're going to add more design and more colors. So you don't need to specifically get overwhelmed with the design. Sorry, I'm just cutting the edges, but maybe I should have done this at the end. Okay, there we go. So I think the page was too long. So yeah, so I'll do the other side later. I'm just going to dry this a little bit. So I'm curious if any of you actually knew about the art journaling retreat that I was talking about. Anybody already signed up for the free one or paid for it? Like, just curious who's coming, because I have on Monday, you can watch my actual live class. There's also a Q&A on Zoom that you get to come to for each presenter. So you can ask any questions you want in a Zoom. So it's really good. If you sign up, you'll get a schedule of when those are. And yeah. Oh, amazing, DJ. So if you did, then that's great. And you get to attend, like every day you get a few of the classes released. So for example, on Monday there'll be a few classes and you get to watch them for 24 hours, and then on Tuesday another one, on Wednesday another one, and so forth. So for 3 days. But if you want to keep them like forever, then you can upgrade anytime. Okay, so that's the only thing. So I'm so glad. Yay. Okay, I see Jennifer, Carolyn, and Barb as well. Amazing, amazing. Oh, amazing, Lisa, amazing. And Roberta, yes, that's exactly, uh, that's amazing what you do. I like that. That's exactly what I like doing as well. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, now we are officially dried over here. So the next step that I like doing is adding a little bit of gesso. Now you have two options here. Either add clear gesso if you don't want to cover any of it, or you can add a little bit of white gesso and just kind of play around and hide the edges and kind of make it all blend in. Um, Yes, no, yeah. So definitely, I just want to say that the paid version also you get access right away, so you don't have to wait until Monday to watch it. So it's really good in that sense. And yeah, there is a lot of information, a lot of free, extra free stuff that you get. So yeah, I'm glad that a lot of you have like checked it out because it's really really cool. Okay, so oosh, what is this? Sorry, I just realized I put my paintbrush, a good paintbrush into water that I didn't want, and it got really filthy. Okay, so now I'm going to add some gesso. So going back to what I like doing is I like adding the gesso, and white gesso, what it helps with is to actually kind of like blend everything together. So it makes it seem like everything is one. So I usually like adding it at the edges and blending it inward. So because I leave like a white space in the middle, it it helps with that. And it also like makes it look like everything is one that I meant to do that, right? Because right now it just looks like a bunch of papers stuck together. So I like the white and sometimes what I do is I also use a little bit of like water. I'll spray it so it creates almost like a white wash onto the background. You can also use a little bit of a baby wipe to kind of wipe if you added too much and you don't like it. You can also just do that and add that. So that's a good way of kind of hiding any mistakes that you did, if you did any. Or as I said, I want to kind of, I like the ripped effect, but I want to kind of have it blended in with this. So it all looks like it's one. And that's basically what happens. It kind of starts becoming one with the background. And you don't see any harsh edges. Well, as little as possible. Yeah, I like that. And again, I want to add a little bit of water. If I see that my brush is too dry, then I'll just add a little bit of water. Now, any techniques that I usually do here, it would apply to anything. If you want to use it on a canvas or even to do a really cool mixed media background for cards, that is as well, it's something that you can do, okay? And okay, all right, I like that so far. I mean, there's still more layers to add, so I'm going to continue working on this, but it's really important to know that every layer you need to dry it up, okay? So always dry up everything that you do. First layer, second layer, third layer, and so forth. It's really important to do so. Another thing that I love doing is using stencils. So I'm going to show you like what I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to dry. A nice thing about gesso, it dries really quickly. And you can also create texture just by using this. Look, it just creates really cool texture. So yeah. So far, it looks okay, nothing special, but I want to add a little bit more. Now, I usually cover this, but I really love the design, so I think I'm gonna go in this direction this time. And I'm going to use modeling paste, which is right here. You can also use thick gesso, that would work as well. And I'm using regular modeling paste, the Finnabair one, but any of them would work. I listed everything in the description. I didn't know what I was going to use, so I just basically listed all my common supplies, and I went with it because I wasn't sure. This is one of my stencils that I from Joggles. And so I have the list of stencils. Some of them are sold out, but the ones that are not are listed there. So if you're ever interested, you can go to joggles.com. It's listed in the description, and you can see some of the stencils that I designed and to use them in your projects. I love these Catalyst brushes also from Princeton. I really like them, and actually you can clean the edges as well. So this stencil does not have an edge, so sometimes it goes outside of the design. So it works really well with the brush. It's like a silicone brush, kind of like almost like a spatula. I really like it. So you'll see that also listed over there in the description. Okay. I used to use the Finnabair brushes from the silicone one, but I don't think it's available anymore. So I had to find another brush that was just as good and pliable. Pliable is the right word. Okay, so I want to put this as thin as possible because otherwise it will take a long time to dry. Oh, but I like that a lot. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So far, this is a very balanced layout in terms of I like doing almost like a dual balance, like a two-sided. So that's basically what I do. There's also other versions of compositions, but because it's a small journal, I find that the dual balance, I don't know, actually, I'm making that word up because I don't actually know exactly what it's called, but it's like symmetrical. No, that's the right word. A symmetrical balance, especially in this type of journal, works really well. I really like having both sides the same, but you don't have to. You can also work with the triangle composition. You can work with the rule of thirds. So like the power of threes. I'm making up words, but I don't remember the names of things because I don't have them in front of me. Usually I have the words in front of me. So this class that I'm doing today, it's basically just about kind of learning the techniques, because if you want to create from your intuition, there's also another part to it, and that is to learn how to do some techniques, right? How to add layers and things, because that's really important, is to add the layers, because if you don't know the mixed media techniques and then you'll just feel frustrated, right? So you want to be able to how do you call this, like feel that you can create intuitively by just knowing the technique. So this is why I try to teach both things. I recently did a mixed media class. I don't remember if some of you, I don't know who came. Honestly, I'm not so good with names. I try to remember people's names, but as I'm getting older, remembering names is like becomes really bad for me. But I taught a 10 mixed media class technique, and I really feel it's important that I balance the classes between technique-based classes and intuitive art journaling classes, and then also card making classes. I try to teach all three because I know a lot of you like to dabble in a couple different things, but techniques are the basis of everything, and I feel it's really important to remember that. Okay. Right now I'm just drying the how do you call this? I'm drying the uh, modeling paste. Oh yes, Caroline, that's right. Yes, so see, that's the thing. Like I have names would be easier if I could remember everybody's name and everything. But when there's a lot of people, I sometimes don't. But yeah, you can still actually grab that class if you want to in my website, you can actually grab the 10 mixed media techniques so you can watch it. It's just, it's not live, obviously, but you can go and watch it and learn a lot of techniques. There is like way more than 10 techniques. Even though I say 10 techniques, there were so many more because I can't stop sometimes. I just go on and start giving you different versions of what you could do. So you end up with a lot more techniques than what I actually intended to do. So yeah, okay. Modeling paste takes a little bit longer, so I want to make sure that I get this all done. Okay, hold on. Okay, I always literally just put my hand on it, and when it feels like it's fully dry, my hands are not getting stuck to the modeling paste, then I know it's dry. Make sure you clean your stencil really well and your spatula. It's really important. Now, I have a lot of gold here, so I was trying to think what would look really good with gold that would not kind of change the color as much. And one of the things I love with gold is usually blue, but I also have a little bit of purple here, and there's already purple on the background. So I kind of know that gold looks really good with blue. You can see like I know from this type of design that it looks really good with teal, or like this one, look how pretty this combination is. I've used this one in other projects. So yes, so Carolyn, I always provide supply list, even for these ones that I do for free here. And I always, yes, it's really good because I can give you options if you don't have something. So I always provide supply list. Carolyn is saying that it's always good to have the supply list. That was really good for the mixed media class, and obviously for the next classes, any class that I do, I always provide a supply list and also substitutes. Okay. So, okay. So I'm still debating. Oh, maybe, okay, so you could also use sprays for this. Let's see, I might use spray and maybe a combination of things. And you could like basically do what you think, what you love to do. I'm just looking for, what did I do with, right here. Okay, hold on. I don't want to ruin the other pages. So I'm just using these ones to protect my pages from behind. You can use paper towel or something else. Now, I also have some magicals you can use. You can also use watercolors. By the way, if you ever want to buy magicals specifically directly from Lindy's, I get 20% off. You'll get 20% off with my if you press my link. So if you ever want to buy them directly from them, it's 20% off. Okay, just so you know, I always have it in the description whenever I use magicals. You can also use, as I said, watercolors. We'll see. I have them all surrounding me here. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I want to not cover things as much. I don't want to cover the gold. So I want to see what happens if I actually start in the middle. And let's see, because I like this. The only reason I'm using this is because I really love this salvage patina. It's a really beautiful color. Okay, let me see. Where's my paintbrush? There it is. Okay, so let's see what happens if I just want to move it around. And this is what I want to do. I want to kind of move it around the design, but I don't want to get anywhere. I don't want to cover the, yeah, I like that. Okay, that's good. Just want to make sure. So you could maneuver everything, even if it's spray. You could actually stick your paintbrush inside the spray. If you're afraid of spraying, you can always do that. I have another color here that's really pretty. Let's see, it's Lindy Starburst. So this will have a little bit of a shiny effect to this. Let's see. Yeah, it's very similar. So, okay, that's good. But this will have like a shininess to it. So let's see. So I already know that the teal and the green and the purple and the gold look really good together. So I am going to go with those colors because I feel like they look really good. I also brought like this one here. This is what color is this? Sorry, I'm just going. Oh, it's Lara's Wild mauve. I don't know the words. They have really cool names, but sometimes they're hard to pronounce. So I'm going to maybe splatter this a little bit. Well, writing on top, I still have a little fan brush, and I'm just going to do this a little bit, see what happens. And I want to, oh yes, pretty. So again, I don't want to cover too much. So I'm trying to do this. Now, the thing is, what happens is when you add purple with teal, it turns into a darker blue, okay? Believe it or not, it's not exactly, it's like a science, like chemistry, I feel that's what it is. But I'm gonna add some also at the top so that it's not mixed with the blue. And I have water here beside me, okay, just so you know. Okay, so there it is in purple, not mixed with blue. And I am adding very little, like I feel that the page is already rich enough, but I feel like some things, places where there's purple missing. For example, I feel like there's purple missing over here. So I might just literally go in with my paintbrush. I'm being lazy and I want a lot more color. So I feel, yeah, and it's connected. So I'm connecting the two pages together with the color, okay? So that's basically what happens. You connect the two pages. Oh, I really like how this is turning out. And again, this is just technique based. I'm not like thinking of anything. I know that color wise, I really love blue and purple. So they speak to me in a different way than other colors. But I'm not thinking about that now. I'm just thinking, how can I make this pleasing to the eye, that I love how it looks? Okay, so this is what I am doing here. And yeah, it's just basically connecting. It doesn't have to be perfect. You see, I just kind of lightly use the paintbrush to paint. Now, if you don't have these magicals, not to worry. As I said, you can always use, I have here the, how do you call this? Gosh, I thought watercolors, and I can just go with like blue, for example, and add a little bit of blue. Okay, I like blue, so, or I meant to touch the purple and I touch the blue, but you see, you can add purple. Now it's turning all blue, but you know what I mean. Okay, you get purple, and there it is, purple. And the watercolors sometimes have like a stronger, like stronger hue or pigment. Okay, the watercolors that I use are very highly pigmented, so I really like them. So, and I also don't want them to pull too much in the middle, so you can use a baby wipe to just kind of wipe off the middle what you don't want. You also can use a baby wipe to blend in the color if you don't want any lines. Okay, so that works as well. I also want to add a little bit more of this like really beautiful blue. It's a cobalt blue. It's also a magical. It's a flat one. It's not actually. It doesn't shimmer, which is okay as well. I like both versions. And I'm going to sprinkle it. I don't want to add too much. No, that didn't take enough. Okay. So what I like about the magicals, you can add as little or as much as you like. Oh my God, this color is so beautiful, but it's so strong that you don't want to exaggerate on the color. Okay. I want to lift it up a little bit, let it run. The reason why I like adding sometimes the darker colors, it's because they kind of give it depth. So when you're adding really light colors, it's nice for the coloring itself, but the darker colors give the whole layout a whole depth, if that makes sense. Okay, let me just go this way a little bit. I'm moving it. I want it to go into the grooves of the stencil, because what it does, it's actually giving it like a shadow, if you know what I mean. And you can even go on top and just kind of take away some of it, and just leave the teal that was on it before, but with a shadow of blue. Well, I really like that, okay? So it's basically you're manipulating the color. You're manipulating the water because it's it's like water-based, okay? The Lindy's are water-based dyes, so you need water to activate them, and they reactivate if if you don't seal them. So definitely need to be sealed. In my art journal, I don't seal them in my art journal, but if you're going to be using them for some kind of how do you call this? If you're going to use them for an canvas or you're selling something, then it's important to seal them because otherwise they'll reactivate if somebody touches. If it touches water, it's very humid. I'm going to add, hold on, a little bit more here. And you see I'm gently just kind of tapping the color. Oh, I really like this. And I want to add again more purple. So I feel I'm going to go with the watercolor this time. And because it's darker. And I feel like, okay, let's see if this works. Maybe that's too much, but I'll use some of it for this side. And then I'll wipe it off. So you can wipe off if you did it too dark. I just want it kind of like, I don't know if you can see that this is like almost like a path. So I like that. And I'm still keeping the gold everywhere. But just wanted to add that. Okay, so maybe I added too much purple and I'm just going to tap it off. There, that's better. Okay. Oh, okay, that's better. It's kind of created like this shadow. I don't know how to explain it, but I see it. So all the layers that you add slowly end up like creating more and more things on it. Okay, so now I have a little bit of, I have like in the actual watercolor, but I also have it in Lindy's and I have to see if I can find it. I have like a gold powder and I was thinking, oh, I wonder how would it look with the gold, but I have to find it. Okay, hold on, maybe it's this one. Yeah, so this is called the Glitz Gleaming Gold, but my watercolors also come, I don't know if you can see it, sorry, because I don't have a screen. The one over here, it's also like the one I just pointed at, this one. It's also a shimmery gold. So it comes in different ways, you know, so you can use also gold spray. So whatever you feel comfortable with, that that's what you do. So so yeah, this is how I teach my classes. And again, if you just logged in, there's a link to the retreat that I'm doing starting on Monday. It's a free retreat with like more than 15 classes that you can either like attend for free for 24 hours each day, or you can upgrade to the artisan pass and keep the classes forever, which is really good. So the link is in the description for anybody who just logged in and hasn't heard my spiel yet. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of gold. Since I already have gold here, I want to see what happens. I want to add a little bit of shimmer. Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see this glimmer here. Okay, I'm adding very little bit. Things are still a little bit wet, so I'm just slowly adding it. Now, this is just more for fun. I just wanted some glimmer. I just love glimmer. I mean, I don't like how do you call this? Well, I forgot the name. Hold on, I have to think. I don't love glimmer that is like that goes all over the place. What is that thing that goes all over the place? Oh my God, I can't remember words anymore. This is terrible. It has happened to me more and more and often. What is that thing that glitter? Oh my God, I could not remember the word glitter. It's terrible. I don't know what happened to me, but I could not remember that word right now. I do not like glitter so much. I'll use it, but I don't love it. But I love shimmer, and the actual magicals, as I said, you get 20%. I know, I'm sorry I'm advertising, but honestly, it is like such a good deal. The Magicals have the most beautiful glimmer. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm really loving this. So as you can see, I'm adding glimmer to the blue. I'm slowly, because I don't want to cover it all, right? So I'm just slowly going with my paintbrush, dipping it in and just adding some glimmer. I also don't want it to mix because I don't want green, because yeah, this is kind of like a yellow, right? Gold is technically in the yellow division of the colors. So I don't want any green right now in here. I want it to kind of stay bluish. So I'm just adding a little bit of gold in different areas to just add that glimmer. And also what it's doing, it's because I have all the gold everywhere else, it's kind of matching or blending it to that. Now I keep on cleaning my paintbrush because I want to make sure that that I have enough, that it's not blue, because it's when it's mixing with the blue, I end up with blue, and I don't want to taint, I don't want to taint my powder. So what I do is I dip it in, and when it gets too blue or too purplish, I clean it up, and I wipe it also with a wipe. You can't see it, I'm actually off screen, but I'll show you what I'm doing. So if you really, so this is, I have a baby wipe on my side, on the side here. So I'll once I clean my paintbrush, I just wipe off the excess water. So it's only a tad wet, okay? And then I'm just basically just adding gold until I'm happy with the way it looks. Now, some people won't put their wet paintbrushes in the Magicals. I am one of those people that does. It's up to you. I mean, it has not ever ruined my Magicals. I've had Magicals for years, and I still use, like, once you buy Magicals, they last forever. Like, you don't need to do, I've had them for like, I don't know how many years. At least since I started, like, and we're talking about, some of them I've had for like over 10 years. And I still have the same ones that I started with. I have not replaced any of my Magicals, believe it or not. Okay, so now it comes to a point that you're like, okay, I think you've done too much. You've done enough. I meant to say not too much, but enough. Okay, and I really like the composition is really pretty, and I'm happy with it. So what I like doing is, okay, first I want to dry, actually. Let's just dry first, because I don't want it to kind of interact with anything. So just closing my Magicals, it's important to close them because they can fly away when you dry. The powder can fly away. Okay, so while I'm drying, I start thinking of like, oh, what could I do? What could I add to this that would like make it look really pretty? So there's lots of different options. You could, for example, cut something out of paper, die cut it, or you could cut out something out of a magazine. You can use things like, I'll show you, like I have just one piece. I wasn't going to use it today, but I'll just show you. For example, rub-ons, like the 49 in Market rub-ons are super, super gorgeous. So you could do that as well. There's lots of options to work with. You could like cut things. You can have, I have these. I have like these sticker books that I love. I'll show you, and I might actually use that because I love these like really nice sticker books. I don't know. It's I found images that I love, and I just want to stick with them. So I'll show you in a second. I just want to dry this. So I've bought like I have actually forgot to list these, but I will just show them to you just in case. Here I have 3 of them. Those are my favorites, and I will list them right after I finish this. I will list them. These are these sticker books. This is called Boho Dreams, Bibliophilia Ephemera. They're like ephemera and mystical ephemera, and they have really nice images. So if you want to add an image, you could do that. There's flowers. There is like just like different things. There's sayings like, well, anything. So basically, but I'm just, you can use, as I said, like I just didn't take them out the rub-ons. These are a little bit more, I don't know. There's some with like snakes, but like I like the flowers, for example. These are really pretty. So I could add if I, let's see, I sometimes just like, I know it's a sticker, but I just want to see. I don't like snakes, but I do like flowers. So let's just see what happens. Sorry, I need to kind of stop this. So, no, I don't know if I like that one. Sometimes I know I might just look here and I'm like, no, don't like anything. Oh, butterflies, of course. Why don't I just do butterflies? That's my favorite to do. Yeah, so let's do a butterfly. Let's do a couple of butterflies. So you can just finish things with like, yeah, I always do butterflies. Yeah, that why not? Okay, so I like the matching ones. You can also like print things from the internet. I really like, I don't know, where do I want it? Yeah, I like that. And I'm gonna get one more little one. Which I will put like here. Now to make this one, make sure that they stick well, okay? You want to, like, I'm going to actually put a bit of gel medium because unfortunately I don't, because I have so much media, so much mixed media on it. These stickers don't like stick well. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of it right there. And what, oops, and I just moved. And what it does, it also mixes a little bit with the blue, so it helps me kind of blend them in, which I'm going to do in the next step. I want to blend them in, but okay. And I mean, I keep the composition really simple. I also try to keep this part with something simple because the key of this, the point of this is not learning like, it's learning the techniques, not specifically like caring about what you've put on it. Okay, the whole point of it is like learning techniques. That's what's important about this. So you want to make sure that you're like in these type of designs that you're actually learning the techniques. I'm just taking some of the blue that I already have here and I'm just blending it in here. Okay, so it looks like it's part of the design. And then what I do is like, it's really important for me whenever I'm doing art journals that I write some kind of an inspirational message to myself. I like looking through my art journals a lot. I actually look through them a lot. And so what I did is I have an Etsy shop, again, also listed below, where I have a lot of printable downloads with sentiments, things like, oh, let me just show you things like this. I mean, these have already been cut off. Okay, so there's different things, like different sayings that are really, how do you call it, that are inspirational, that you can put in your art journals. You can also use them obviously for cards, and what you can do is you can cut them in any size. So for example, you can cut them in a smaller size. There's lots of different kinds. So what I like doing is I like cutting them and using them in my journal. Here, I'll just show you this one. And what that helps is that every time I look at my journal, I kind of feel inspired. I kind of read the messages and I feel really inspired. So here, for example, this one, you're here for a reason. I really like that. I feel that's a message that is important to me. And as you can see, I printed this much smaller. So this works better in my smaller journal as opposed to like a bigger printout that would work for a bigger journal. And you can print it as many times as you want. So once you buy it, you can print it as many times as you want in any size. Okay, so again, if you're interested, they're listed there. I think a lot of you already have some of them, but just wanted to say for those that are not. And even if their messages are more original, I guess, than the regular stamps and things that are out there. So if you make cards as well, and you're going to give it to somebody, imagine giving somebody a card that says you're here for a reason, right? Like how inspirational is that to them? So I just feel that's worth it. I'm going to cut this in half. And don't go yet because I do have one last step that I want to do. That's my favorite step. And you'll see what I mean. It ties it all in together. But let me just first glue this for a reason. I think that's the second. I like cutting my, if it's a long sentence, I like kind of splitting it up. Sometimes I split like the whole each word separately, but I think this would look good. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm also going to outline it, but in a second, I'm just going to dry. So one of my favorite things to do, you might know this about me, is to add splatters. And those are really important to me because they really tie in everything together. So just looking for my splatter maker. Where did it go? Okay, this is black. Oh, there. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I usually love using white splatters, but today I think it calls for gold splatters, of course, right? So let's add, let me first mix it actually. So this is the Dr. P.H. Martin's. This is the iridescent color. Just mixing all the mica that's at the bottom. I'm going to put some here. Okay, oops, that's a lot. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a little paintbrush. It has a little bit of water, which is good because I want to mix this with a little bit of water to make it really liquidy. And then I'm just quickly going to add like little splatters, okay? Maybe I'll even add white ones as well. I don't know. Let's see. Because I don't know the gold ones. You can't really see the gold ones just as much. Okay, I might have to add the white ones. I thought the gold ones you would be able to see them, but you don't see them as much. So that's no fun. Okay. I think I sprinkled too much of it here. So I'm going to do this. This is the one I actually listed in the description. So yeah, no, I'm not loving the gold. I thought I would, but yeah, it's not, you can't really see it that well. Okay, so let's do white. You can also use gesso or white acrylic paint. That works as well. All right, let's do this again. The white might be good for this. Yeah, white you can see more. Oh, how pretty is that? Okay, you see how like the splatters really make a difference. I really love adding the splatters. I don't know if you can see or not, but it is definitely, there we go. Whoa, that's nice. So the splatters make a huge difference. I'll show you. I mean, I don't know. Can you see it? Let me get it a bit closer so you can actually see. I can actually get this closer. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's really very nicely bright now. Okay, let me take this out. So, yeah, hold on. I'm going to work a little bit more. Maybe on this side a little bit. Yeah. So there we go. Like, I mean, I just like keeping it simple. I'm going to grab a little, let's see, is this dry? Yeah, I'm going to add a little black one. I'm just going to outline it so you can actually see it. You can also, there's so many things you could do. You could add things like markings. So for example, you could, I always go out of my way to show more and more things, but you could like just do it. I'm just using the white. You could like just like add like white markings, although I don't really want white markings, but you could. What I mean is that you could like play around with things and see how you like it. Like you can do like use a little bottle cap and you could like make a marking that way. Okay, like a circular marking. Again, I don't want that, but not today. I mean, I've done it in other classes. I mean, this would look good here, maybe with the butterflies. You could do that like a little bit. just to make like a little, how do you call this? Like you could make like a little thing like that. But honestly, I don't think it needs it. I feel like it's just taking away from the design. So while it's still wet, you can remove it and that's it. Okay. But you could, if you want to like create different designs with it, you can. It really, it's up to you how you want to create it, what you want to add to it, and so forth. And I highly recommend you taking one of my classes. The mixed media class specifically is really good if you want to watch. It has so many techniques. You can find it. I think the link is below to my Podia website, so you can do that. If you want to participate next week for the free event, feel free to sign up to that. There's just so many things. You can go to my website and really find all the information for everything, or sign up to my emails. If you sign up to my emails, then you can definitely like get all the information that way, because I send all these emails about everything that's going on. It's even this today that I did. So let me switch the camera so you can see me. So, yes, I'm here. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the process. I hope you learned some new techniques or some old techniques, like anything goes. Honestly, just continue to experiment, continue trying out, continue to collaging and gluing things, and just like go for it. Like, doesn't matter if you make a mistake. If you make a mistake, just turn the page and start a new one and don't worry about it. Just continue going until you learn what you love and how you like doing it. So, I just, yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today and talk to you soon. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.